Welcome to our first cards review of this expansion. We start things off with Druid. Druid got Savage Striker. Battle Cry, deal damage to an enemy minion equal to your hero's attack, attached with 2/3 body at 2 mana. Is this good or not? Currently we don't have so many buffs to the hero attack in Druid, but this card leaks somehow what we will get or what Blizzard will push on Druid this expansions, and it looks like to be hero attack or more buffing to hero. Next we have Baited Arrow for Hunter. 5 mana spell, deal 3 damage, overkill, summon 5/5 Devil Sword. Overkill is the new keyword for this expansion, which means if you deal excess amount of damage that needed to kill the minion, you will get the effect. And here the effect is summon 5/5 Devil Sword. Is that good? Maybe you can see this in current decks like Spell Hunter. Also it can go face, so if you need 3 direct damage to face, it can be good also. I think this card is reasonably good and will see play or testing in Spell Hunter. Next card for Hunter, Spring Bow. 1/1 with 1 mana rush. Battle Cry, add 1/1 Linux with rush to your hand. You can imagine it in the Quest Hunter. And that also good with minion, which give 1 mana minions poisonous, so it's immediate removal. Good card, very high to see it. For Mage we have Hex Lord Malakaras. 8 mana, 5/5 Battle Cry, add a copy of your opening hand to your hand except this card. So that's a new mechanic or a new theme featuring here that will lead to think different about your mulligan stage, what you keep and what don't keep. You will have a different mulligan stage as mage if you play this legendary in your deck. Maybe we'll see some playing quest mage to get the quest back. Will BC testing enough? Next card for mage, 3 mana 3/4 Pyromaniac. Whenever your hero power kills a minion, draw a card. So you see this, you remember the cat from the Witchwood expansion, and you may think about Odd Mage. I think if Odd Mage gets more cards this expansion, that will be really good, because Odd Mage hero power is deal 2 damage to whatever you want. And this card have a great body, 3/3/4 is not bad as a mage. Next up we have our spell for Paladin, 3 mana, time out. Your hero is immune until your next turn. That's a great card for Paladin. It reminds me of the Mage Ice Block, so this card will be good. That card will not only prevent your death next turn, but also you can use it to prevent a huge amount of damage by your opponent's board or spells. We'll see some play in OTK Paladin, which uses this Knight. Great card to add, needs a lot of thinking, and I'm very hyped to see it played. Next card for Paladin, 2 mana 1/3 Immortal Relate. This rattle, shuffle this into your deck, it keeps any enchantments. So when King's Bane comes to be a minion, very good. You can think about it in Quest Paladin or any Paladin archetype which plays a lot of spells. It will react by silence effects, but if your deck have so many targets to be silenced and you manage to outplay your opponent's silence cards, this will be very good. And also it will prevent your fatigue damage if you play Control Paladin. Great card, will see some play. For the Paladin Legendary, Loa, Shirvala the Tiger. 25 mana, yes 25. Divine Shield, Rush, Lifesteal. Cost 1 less for each mana you have spent on spells. So if you a Paladin deck which plays a lot of spells, got very great body and effects with Divine Shield, Rush and Lifesteal. So heal for 7 immediately. If your opponent of course got a minion on board. Great card, we'll see some experiment, but I don't think it will define a deck. For now, we didn't see any other Paladin cards. It will see some play, but not a tier 1 deck. Next, for Priest, we have Bonsam-di the Dead. That's the law for Priest. 7 mana, 7/7. Battle Cry, draw 1 cost minions from your deck until your hand is full. Synergize well with its spirit, which we review next. And also it can draw your North Chain or any one minion you play with Priest in your deck, which will be very good. Great body. It will see some play with its spirit, but also can be played without its spirit. Speaking of which, 1 mana 0/3, Spirit of the Dead. This expansion comes with cards called Spirit. They are always 0 attacks, 3 HP or 3 health, steals for 1 turn. So for Priest, steals for 1 turn. After a friendly minion dies, shuffle a 1 cost copy of it in your deck. So what you do with that, you play it, you have a minion on board, or you have minions in hand that you knew it will be killed next turn. You play it, attack, kill your minion or get its value, and then return it to your deck 1 mana cost with full body and effects. Then you can play Bonsam-di and play it again. It's a great card, not only for the Loa comes with it, but also for Divine Spirit Priest or Combo Priest, because it has steals for 1 turn with 0/3 body. It's great for buffing. We'll see play, and I think it will be in different Priest decks. Next, we have spell for Priest, 3 mana, surrender to Madness. Destroy 3 of your mana crystals, give all minions in your deck +2/+2. So that's like a better version of Chalices, but with a huge drawback, destroying 3 mana crystals. So if you played this on turn 3, turn 4 you only have 1 mana, turn 5 you have 2 mana. Is that good for its effect? I don't think so. I think this expansion will produce a card which we can use it for Surrender of Madness. Like something if you can play this without losing your mana, or somehow cheating the effect. Next we have Rogue Spell. 6 mana, Cannon Parade, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. Repeat for each of your pirates. Now we know that this expansion will feature Pirate Rogue, but in the standard now we don't have so much pirate to play with this card or to back up this card. I hope we see more pirates this expansion for Rogue especially. And other thing, this card is even mana cost. We will see now in this review some even mana cost cards that can help this card a little bit. If Rogue gets more even mana cards, especially pirates, that's maybe be a thing, and I'm very hyped for this. Next we have the Spirit for Rogue. 4 mana 0/3, Spirit of the Shark. Steals for 1 turn, your minions battle cries and combos trigger twice. So this only affects minions. After thinking this, you realize battle cries and combos on Rogue. What comes to your brain immediately? It's the Fuldor Strider and Edwin. Are those enough to make this shark see play? I don't think so. This card has the potential to make it through, but it needs more battle cries or combo minions to include in deck, especially that Temporal have already playing the Elec from the Boomsday with a lower mana and much better body. Next we have 6 mana spell for Shaman, Rain of Toads. Summon 3 2/4 toads with taunts, overload for 3. This card will be another annoying card versus aggressive decks. Because you can play it on turn 6, you have 3 2/4 taunts, you lose 3 mana next turn, but if you play Overload Shaman, it will also benefit you for your giant. You can play it to play defensive or proactive, not reactive. We'll see some play. Next, we have Xanos custom card. He made it before he destroys half of the universe. It's 8 mana, Warlock spell, Void Contract, destroy half of each player's deck. This printed for countering combo decks. 8 mana for the same effect as 2 mana Demon Project. Not so great. I don't think it will replace the project for Warlock, but it may be cut through if we got more and more combo decks. And don't forget also, you have to destroy your half of the deck. I don't know if this card will be like a solid card. We will see. Another card for Warlock, 8 mana, 1/1 Heroic Zabat. This is the Loa for the Warlock. Battle Cry, fill your board with copies of this minion. So here Blizzard trying to push hand buff Warlock to its limits, alongside with other minions having around the same effect, playing like Soul Infusion or something like that. This card, if Warlock got enough hand buffing and you could maybe make it 8 mana, 4/4 or 5/5, will be obviously great to play it on empty turn. 5 body, 5/5. Most of other classes can't remove that. It will be very good. Now for the spirit for the Warlock, 2 mana, 0/3. Spirit of Zabat. Stills for 1 turn. After a friendly minion dies, give a minion in your hand +1/+1. So you see this after you saw Heroic Zabat. You are thinking, wow, that's very great. It's great, really. It has a solid effect, especially if you could hit your Heroic or like Omega Squad or doubling M. It will be really great. It will be see some testing. I think it will make it through. With enough supporting card, I think this deck can make it to tier 2, even tier 1, replacing the Zulok after Callisis rotates out. For Warrior, we have 6 mana, spell, Heavy Metal, summon a random minion with cost equal to your armor up to 10. This is not a great spell for Warrior. If it was odd cost, like 5 or 7, it would be great because your hero, your odd warrior hero power give you 4 armor. It would very easy to get up to 10 cost minion, but at 6 mana I don't think so, unless we are seeing cards that make you gain more and more armor. Next we have our weapon for Warrior, 6 mana, 4/4, Solzaras. Overkill, you may attack again. So you see this, you think it's great for removing small taunts or small minions, but it has another side, the face side. It's 6 mana, deal 16. Is that good? Yes, it's very good. It also can remove small taunt and go face in the same turn. It also great versus like Zoo decks or small aggro decks will see play, and I think it's a very good card if we got aggressive warrior. For neutrals, this expansion we have Belligerent Gnome, 2 mana, 1/4 taunt, battle cry. If your opponent has 2 or more minions, gain 1 attack. It's not the greatest card to play on 2. It's not the worst. It will see some play in some decks. Next, we have 4 mana, 5/3, Ticket Scalper, Overkill, draw 2 cards with Pirate Tag. That's a very good aggressive card if you could get its value. With Overkill, draw for 2 cards. It's even cost. We saw even cost cards for Rogue that synergize well with Pirate. Will this one be enough to push or even let people try even Rogue? I don't think so, unless we got something like really back it up. We'll see play, I guess. It's good for arena, of course. Next we have 2 mana, 2/2, Sharkfin Fan. After your hero attacks, summon 1/1 pirate. With this card itself have a pirate tag. This one will maybe push even Rogue somehow to play it. Turn 1 weapon, turn 2 Sharkfin Fan, and snowball the board after this. It's the same effect as Hinge Clan Sug that grow really fast. With the Rouge spell, I think this card will be playing somehow. That's it for our first part of the card review. We will wait until we have a good amount of cards to be reviewed, and we will have our next part. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment of a potential synergy or a potential archetype deck that will be good this expansion. Goodbye and see you in next video.